What exactly brought the FBI to Dolton Village Hall Friday is not clear, but trustees we spoke to clearly feel relief.
The sun is shining today.
Amen.
And this is a good day for the residents of Dolton.
Amen, sister.
For the last 3 years, myself, the board members, and the residents have been feeling like no one was coming to save us.
My phone just went ballistic. Calls, and calls. They said that the FBI is at Village Hall. I'm like, oh my God. Someone has finally answered our cry.
Wow, that's powerful. The vindication must feel so sweet, because the FBI just don't turn up to your house if they ain't got evidence on your ass. Just ask P. Diddy. They raid that nigga's house so quick once they found an angle to get at him, and all they need is the corroborating evidence, and he's hook, line, and sinker.
You are now listening to Pree Da Production with your host, Majaro.
What is up, my tribal people? Welcome back to another video on the Pree Da Production YouTube channel. I'm your tribal chief, Majaro, aka Midge. And you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow the community. And by sharing this with your friends and family, that goes a long way in helping us do that. And leaving a super thanks is very much appreciated. Now, let's get into the video. And we are back on Superman Watch with your boy Midge. And on today's update video, we have finally got some serious, and I mean serious, developments on the Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her associates, if you will. Last we covered this topic, and it was regarding the FBI being involved in an investigation of the whole area, really, and specifically Tiffany Henyard, her co-conspirators, and the overall administration. And since that update, some, charges have been filed regarding her right-hand man, Keith Freeman. He's been charged with a federal count of bankruptcy fraud regarding him filing for bankruptcy a couple of years ago and him not disclosing his, income from multiple office positions. And it's not looking good on that front. And also, some subpoenas have been issued to, whoever's running Tiffany's charity, saying, we need some, financial information. You haven't reported to finances to authorities that, look over charities and what they do to make sure what they say they're doing. And if they're not, they're being sanctioned for that. So, some paperwork has been filed and some subpoenas have been issued saying you need to cough up the information or else. And they mean or else. So let's head over to the NBC report to find out the nitty-gritty details of it all.
New developments tonight in the criminal investigation happening in South Suburban Dolton. NBC5 News has confirmed another subpoena was delivered at Village Hall earlier this week, requesting specific information about Mayor Tiffany Henyard and other key figures in her administration. Our Regina Waldrop's been on this story from the beginning. She takes a deeper look tonight at the records that federal authorities are requesting and what's next.
A source close to the investigation provided NBC5 with this copy of the latest court order. It asked for a variety of financial reports like budgets, accounting records, and receipts for Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Village Administrator Keith Freeman, and Trustee Andrew Holmes, as well as several other companies and individuals. Plus, any records related to Henyard's charitable organizations. The subpoena also requests all travel records paid for by the municipality, including a trip taken to Las Vegas in May of last year.
Vegas, baby.
On that trip, both the mayor's former assistant and a Dolton police officer. They've both filed a civil lawsuit accusing Holmes of assault and battery and Henyard of retaliation.
Wow, they named the guy. They finally showed his face. They finally confirmed who they're accusing. Andrew Holmes.
On that trip, both the mayor's former assistant and a Dolton police officer. They've both filed a civil lawsuit accusing Holmes of
This nigga. That's the guy that they're accusing of. And he was bragging to. I knew it was going to be him. I knew it was him. Anyways.
assault and battery, and Henyard of retaliation. Regarding the lawsuit, the mayor and Holmes both declined to comment. The first 2 grand jury subpoenas were served April 10th, asking for personnel and disciplinary files for nearly 30 people. The subpoenas also ask for documents related to Keith Freeman, the village administrator recently indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud. His attorney told us he has no plans to step down. A few days ago, the law firm representing the village in at least 19 lawsuits in Cook County and federal court said it's planning to withdraw from the cases May 8th due to lack of payment. NBC5 has obtained
lack of payment. You can't even pay your lawyers? You can't even pay your lawyers, bruv. That's how bad this mismanagement is. You can't even pay to defend yourself. And we all know the justice system in America is all based off money. You need to pay for bond, you need to pay for a lawyer, you need to pay to make a phone call out of jail, you need to pay for everything when it comes to justice. And you can't even foot the bill to defend yourself? That just tells me what people have been saying for seems like a year now. Or years, in some of the people's cases with the trustees. It's all true. You got no money, and that's your fault.
A copy of the letter sent to the village by the Delgado law firm of Berwyn. 4 Dolton trustees recently appointed Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's former mayor and a former federal prosecutor, as a special investigator. The next village board meeting set for Monday at 6:30. Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Thanks, Regina. Let's talk about the corruption claims in South Suburban Dolton. Apparently, they're getting the attention of the FBI. Federal agents were seen entering Village Hall today in what the Bureau calls a court-ordered law enforcement activity. NBC5's Natalie Martinez live tonight in Dolton talking to village trustees about this surprise search. Natalie?
Stefan, those trustees say their cries have been answered, and now they're asking for a new administration. What exactly brought the FBI to Dolton Village Hall Friday is not clear, but trustees we spoke to clearly feel relief.
The sun is shining today.
Amen.
And this is a good day for the residents of Dolton.
Amen, sister.
For the last 3 years, myself, the board members, and the residents have been feeling like no one was coming to save us.
My phone just went ballistic. Calls, and calls. They said that the FBI is at Village Hall. I'm like, oh my God. Someone has finally answered our cry.
Wow, that's powerful. The vindication must feel so sweet. Because the FBI just don't turn up to your house if they ain't got evidence on your ass. Just ask P. Diddy. They raid that nigga's house so quick once they found an angle to get at him. And all they need is the corroborating evidence, and he's hook, line, and sinker, essentially. And this is what they're doing with her, or with them, because it's just not Tiffany. It's everyone who has enabled her to get away with all of this. She's at the top. Then you got Keith Freeman. Then you got Andrew Holmes and the rest of the trustees are on her side. And then you got the police chief, you got him sending out all the goons to enforce the laws that she'd be breaking, right? And all the cronies and goons that she got on her payroll. Well, not on her payroll, on the township payroll. Those people hopefully are going down as well.
Someone is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. A spokesperson says in a statement that the FBI was conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity in that area today. Department of Justice policy prevents the FBI from commenting on the nature of any investigation that may be occurring.
2 subpoenas was dispersed today.
I'm sure it's connected to what we've been talking about lately, how tax dollars are being spent recklessly.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and trustee Andrew Holmes are the focus of a civil lawsuit. It accuses Holmes of assault and Henyard of retaliation, stemming from incidents involving an economic development trip to Las Vegas last May. This week, village administrator Keith Freeman was charged in federal court with bankruptcy fraud. Chicago's former mayor and former federal prosecutor Lori Lightfoot has been hired to lead an independent investigation into the Vegas trip and more.
We are the gatekeepers of the funds that come into this village.
And
we're not being allowed to see what's going on with our tax dollars.
Just deeper, the gatekeepers are locked out the gate, bruv. The gatekeepers are locked out the compound. And the person who's supposed to be, making sure everything goes smoothly and is the one that's locking them out. It's been for months now. They haven't been able to see the financials and do their job properly. Only God knows what type of tomfoolery and bandooly business has been going on since.
So we reached out to the village and to the mayor for comment late tonight. Earlier tonight, though, we did get an email statement, and it said very clearly there was no FBI raid at Village Hall. No further comment at this time. We are live in Dolton. Natalie Martinez, NBC5 News.
Okay, we'll be following all of the developments there in Dolton. Natalie, thank you so much.
Now to the legal troubles in Dolton. They are piling up for officials there. Today, a top aide appeared in federal court on bankruptcy fraud charges, and the village also faces another lawsuit. Our Regina Waldrop takes a look at both cases.
A top advisor to Dolton's mayor making his first appearance in federal court. Keith Freeman entered a not guilty plea to a scheme to commit bankruptcy fraud. The village administrator and manager of Thornton Township is accused of underreporting income from his jobs and from his private consulting business.
We're ready to defend with everything we have, anything that comes Mr. Freeman's way.
Freeman's attorney says he has no plans to step down from his positions. He also says this case has nothing to do with any other federal investigations.
We've had a couple of questions directed to me.
Yeah, because you're going to get indicted on that too. Don't worry, we're coming for you on that, but let's take care of the fraud first. Then we can wrap you up with the rest of them, with the rest of the riffraff.
About whether or not this indictment means that the government is effectively trying to squeeze Mr. Freeman into cooperation.
And a few days after Freeman was indicted, the FBI served 2 subpoenas at Dolton Village Hall.
If you look at the subpoenas, they're very specific.
Renato Mariotti is a former federal prosecutor. We reached out to him to find out what he thought about the recent developments.
There appears to be an active federal investigation, it certainly looks like the feds have something. They're not just fishing.
Dolton's government is marred in accusations of misspending, lawsuits, and probes. Tuesday, Mayor Tiffany Henyard and Freeman were hit with another lawsuit, this one filed in federal court by business owner Tyrone Isom Jr.
I was really excited when I came across that property because I was just waiting to put my stamp on Dolton so I can help the youth.
Isom says he bought this property on Sibley Boulevard for $85,000. He says he remodeled it, first hoping to open a barber shop, then a tattoo shop. But he claims his applications for business licenses were denied with no explanations as to why.
He's finally told, nope. The mayor wants the property.
Unable to open a business at the location, Isom says he was forced to sell the property. He's seeking compensatory damages plus attorney's fees. The village declined to comment on the lawsuit. As for village administrator Keith...
Imagine seeing something that would be perfect for your business idea or your entrepreneurial endeavors, thinking about the community as a whole, want to open up a barber shop. I know there's a lot of people who, have to go a long way to get a haircut. I want to open up a community center where people can come together and share stories and share experiences and learn and, grow as a community and sense of, belonging. Imagine thinking of all these opportunities you want to give out to the community. You see a building, you're like, yeah, that's the one, that's the perfect location. Got all the facilities, got all the space that I want. And then for you to buy the building, and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be an open shop case. I don't really need to do too much. Just give them my plan or give the authorities my plan. And, they should approve it. Let me go ahead with remodeling and painting this, painting that, getting all ready for opening. Only for you to be literally left on red for months. And then when you finally get told the mayor wants the building for whatever fucking bullshit reason, you have already done the remodeling, you've already done the painting, you already got the flyers ready, you already got probably drafts ready to post. All you need is the certificate to get going. The mayor says, oh, we need it. For what? No one knows because it's still abandoned. He had to sell it. I don't understand. He already bought the building. and he can't do what he wants to use the building for legally because the mayor wants to use the building for something or some made up reason. Every single time, it's just like I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them.
Freeman, he's expected back in court June 5th. At the Dirksen Federal Courthouse, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Our thanks to Regina.
Over to Thornton Township now, residents there, they are fed up and they want answers about how their tax dollars are being spent. Well, that was the message today at a rally in Calumet City. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has more on the residents' concerns and the next steps.
What do we want? Our township back! They came from dozens of communities.
I'm united with Hazelcraft and all the townships.
With one demand: more accountability and transparency into how their tax dollars are being used in Thornton Township.
We want people to know what's going on so we can try to stop it.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard also serves as supervisor of the township, which has a population of close to 158,000 people and covers 17 communities. The village's government is marred in accusations of misspending, lawsuits, and probes. The township's also named in a lawsuit filed by Henyard's former assistant and a Dalton police officer who allege abuse and retaliation.
She put us in this situation. The only way we're going to get out of it is that we dig our own selves out of it.
Mary Avant is a retired police officer who lives in Dalton. She's one of the organizers of this Take Back Our Township rally.
We're hoping to get positive momentum and connect with other people.
Ryan Sanulski is a longtime resident of Harvey.
So many of us, not only at the township level, but then at our individual municipal levels, are going through just lack of transparency. We don't know how any of our tax money is being spent.
Christopher Gonzalez is a Thornton Township trustee.
I have a lot of the same questions that people do, but even beyond that.
Bro, this guy he's basically a bystander like everyone else. He doesn't know what's going on. Why did they keep him interviewing this guy? Maybe it's because they got a connection and, you know, his title just gives him some level of authority that makes him different from everyone else. But at the end of the day, he don't know shit just as much as the rest of the people in Dolton / Thornton Township. He don't know crap. So stop talking about him. Stop talking to him. He's just gonna give you the same stuff. You can have this guy and he's gonna regurgitate the same 5 things. Oh, I don't know what's going on as well.
I mean, we're all just citizens.
And organizers say this rally is not just a one-day affair. Next steps for them include asking people who attended the rally to contact their elected officials and request a meeting.
To sit and talk with us, give us a direction, because election time is coming. They'll be here then.
We reached out to the township for a statement on the rally, but didn't hear back. In Calumet City, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
And that's the sad thing, you know. When it comes to election time, that's when they want to be all lovey-dovey. We want to be a friend. We want to build this. We want to build that. All these lies. Every time election season comes, wherever, whatever country, UK, America, just get ready for that glaze. Just get ready for that glazing, because these MHFers, these politicians are going to come out here promising the world. They're going to be arguing about what promise is worse or what promise is better, only for them 6-12 months down the line to forget they even made one. Just forget they even made one. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think finally accountability is coming home and there's action, there's FBI sanctions on the way, there's FBI investigations in full swing, there's subpoenas being issued? Or do you think, I don't know why you think this, they're coming too hard, this is a black woman, they only want to come after for a black woman, they're only going after her because she's a single black mother? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I'll be bringing you all with updates on this subject as and when, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I be kidding on my foes, even though I got it all on my own. Success sweet, yeah, it tastes like honeycomb. Dropping blood tears and even breaking bones. I'm sipping on Patron while aiming for the throne. I've been to hell and back and even call it home.